So, busy day today. We got Joey, Jake and Jack back. They are plasterboarding the ceilings downstairs, ready for the plasterers to then dot and dab the walls. We've got Steve and Andy, the plasterers. They are dry lining, so they are sticking the sheets to the blockwork, doing all the walls basically. I've been doing some really crappy fiddly jobs with Joey this morning. We had to do this awkward roof detail with insulation and plasterboard and that, which was just demoralising, but had to get it done. And I'm doing some insulation just to get ahead of the plasterers. But it's all going good. Everything's looking really good. All the door linings are in, nearly everywhere's plasterboarded, and we'll go and show you what everyone else is up to. Jake and Jack doing a bit of plasterboarding on the ceilings. They've got the lounge done, the downstairs toilet, they're just doing the hallway, and then they'll be moving on to the kitchen next, I think, which is where Joey is getting ready. So Joey's getting this ready. We're counterbatting in the ceiling. I was trying to avoid doing that, just because I didn't want to lose any height on the ceilings, but we had a chat and a look at it, and it's going to make a better job because it's a bit fiddly over these joist hangers and things where they stick out. They always stick a couple mil down from the timbers, so even though these joists match those joists, the hangers are in the way, and you try and fix plasterboard straight to that, plasterboard pops and it just is a bit crappy. So by counterbatting in it, we get over those hangers and it'll just be lovely flat ceiling. So
we can stick a board straight through that then as well, because there might be a bit of movement between the steels.
Joey's just going on ahead, getting the battens ready for Jack and Jake to then plasterboard. And if we follow this trail of insulation, we'll find Tom at the end of it, insulating the joists. Hi Tom?
Yeah.
Happy?
Happy.
Good. Yeah, that is the, it's insulation, but it's acoustic insulation, just to stop. When people are walking upstairs, you don't hear them banging around too much, and likewise, stops the noise going up and down and things like that. So, got to get that in before we plasterboard. So that was just the last room. Tom's doing it, and then everywhere's ready to be boarded. Well, last thing we did was a floor screed, basically. That went down about 10 days ago. That's looking really good. Obviously it's all gone off hard and things now. But I just put these sheets down to protect it, because I think it had only been down about 6 days or something before we had to get back on here and work. So I just put these over it. You normally put these on like finished floor and stuff to protect it. I just put them on because I didn't want anyone to drop like chisel or a hammer and just break the crust, like, because it only takes something like that to make a dent, and if you break the crust and it hasn't dried fully, it just keeps chipping away and you end up with like a big hole in the top of the screed. So that's just to protect that as a precaution. I'm just doing the last bit of insulating, which is this stud work. Basically, I just got to get 180mm of Celotex in there, and then Andy and Steve can put some plasterboard over it and make a start skimming. Probably make a whole episode of just Joey on the phone. Flat out. Also today we had Ferg back. He's been back the last couple of days. You might just see in the background, not sure, but he got all the slabs on the garden wall. So he's got them in the last 2 days so that Steve and Andy can go on and render that wall at some point. And I was going to get him on with the block work out here today, but it's absolutely pissed it down since we got here today. So he is up in the shed of doom doing some more stone dressing on his own while we're all down here having a party around him. So he's probably pretty miserable today, but that's life, my friend. Life of a bricklayer.
I think his spot's going there and we're hitting there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's 400 off of that one, isn't it?
It works, so it works off of the window.
That's
Move over a little bit.
That's just really annoying, isn't it?
It's just
Why don't we, can you just cut the batten so that he can still put his spot where he wants?
Yeah, that's the other thing. He just drills hole stuff straight through the batten.
Yeah. Will this, you know, the little clamps on the light, will they?
Going the other way, won't they?
Yeah. Yeah, could do. Or we just stop the batten there and there. So he's got all that to play with.
On every spot, on every one. Yeah.
And then he'll be really happy. It's only on that run, is it, do you think?
Yeah.
And probably the next run, I expect.
And then,
So this is the bathroom. We had to box in a pipe here, like a vent pipe, to let all the smells now into wherever. So we need to do some sort of box, so we thought, oh, we might as well just stud right across here, because that's where the shower's going, in there. And we can create these cute little shelves and things to, whatever, put your shampoos and things on. We can't finish it yet, because Jamie's coming back one day next week, I think. He's got to fit the shower valves, I think they're called. Yeah, shower valves and that, and sort some more pipes. I think we've got a head coming out, shower head coming out the ceiling, I think, so he's got to do that. And then same on that side, we've decided to build like a feature wall for the bath, because the bath's like a freestanding one. So there's going to be like a little feature wall, and this will be the same thing. We'll have a shelf in there with lights and things. And yeah, we just need Jay to come back and sort these pipes out, and then we can get this boarded, and this room can be plastered and finished then, I think. So it's all heading the right way. So yeah, we use the green board, which is like moisture plasterboard. We use that anywhere that's going to be wet, just because it doesn't get wet, you know, as bad as like normal plasterboard. So this is going to be tiled, so we can tile straight on there, and that'll be a good watertight job, like, you know. My face! We got the big window in, we got the front door in, it's all watertight now, all the windows are in. The whole house is dry lined, so plasterboard everywhere. We've got Andy and Steve, they've been in, I think this is their 4th week now, they've been in 4 weeks dry lining, and they've nearly plastered upstairs. That should be finished this week. And things are looking good, so we'll go and show you around. So yeah, the big window's gone in. Looks really cool. You can see what I've been banging on about for ages, talking about this big opening and things. Really happy with that. It looks really impressive, really easy. Matt just puts the frames in, and then it's just me and him lifting the glass in one at a time. I mean, that was a bit twitchy on the scaffold, lifting the frames in, trying not to smash them, but it all went well, and really happy with the result. Looks good. That's the window from inside, and it's just going to be a real light and airy open space. Staircase is going to come up here. That's being made at the minute. We're going to have like glass banisters around there. You can just see what a nice space it's going to be, really. Right, so what I'm doing is trying to clean these windows. I mean, you can't really tell on here, but all I'm doing is going over with a Stanley knife blade. There's little drops of like the water they use for plastering, so there's little pink dots on there. There's little splashes of paint from the painting, which can't really be helped. There's loads of flying insect poo already. So I'm just going over getting the fine bits off with a Stanley knife. And on the other hand, I've got a standard army issue sock. Another thing that's happened is we've got these frames in now in the kitchen. Steve and Andy have rendered the outside. It's looking really nice. Yeah, what do we need? We just need some paint on that, but we'll wait until we've finished making a mess around the floor here and that, and then that'll get painted. So yeah, everywhere is plasterboarded and dry lined, ready for skim. You can see the roof lights now, how good they look. This room's ready to go. I think they're just finishing off upstairs and they'll be downstairs next. We're upstairs now. Steve and Andy nearly finished this room. A couple of little walls left to do, but I think they've done their ceiling this morning and these bits. So yeah, really happy. It's all looking really good. They are like awesome plasterers, so everything they do is like immaculate, and you can see it, you know, all these funny awkward little angles that everyone hates, but they hate it too, but they still get it perfect, like, you know. So really happy. Doing the cladding on the garage. They've done the front last week, looks really good. I'll show you in a minute. But I'll just talk you through what they're doing. So at the bottom of the cladding, you've got to have insect mesh, because insects just love climbing in behind cladding and making nests and making a mess and whatever they do. So they're just putting that along the bottom, stops anything going up under. And now they're fitting something called a starter profile. We're a bit short because I didn't order enough. So I've been stingy and using up all the offcuts we got, because you're not going to see it, but just trying to use it up.
where the track join's there.
Yeah.
So one's going to come to there, that's measured from that way, and then obviously there, and then we'll have to put one full one with 2 little cuts.
Oh yeah.
In the middle.
Yeah.
And then we can either match the stagger, or we can put it on the next one over, and then a full one, and then back. So the stagger's going to be.
Oh yeah.
One joint here, one full one, 2 little cuts. One joint here, full one, 2 little cuts. Joint.
Oh yeah, I'm with you.
The stagger on every other, or the stagger on the same one.
Oh yeah.
I don't think it really matters, but
no.
What do you think?
Do you want to do 1 or 2 and see what it looks like?
Yeah.
And then just whatever wastes the least amount of cladding, I suppose.
They're like, it's like 200 off the same. They're matching.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Just whether or not you want the line the same. To be honest, it's on that one there. That's the centre of the building anyway. So it might look.
Oh yeah.
It's each side of the table, so it might look better going stagger, full, stagger that side, full, stagger that side, full, stagger that side.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah.
Work out in the middle of the building then.
Oh yeah. Because then when we get to the door, you'll lose that line altogether, won't you? So.
Yeah, you will. Yeah.
So yeah, the lads got this cladding done last week, and it all went well. It was a real fiddly start though, because I really didn't want to end up with a cut above the doorway, because I thought that would look a bit naff. So we had to kind of set this one where we wanted it first, and then try and work our gauge back down. So it was a bit of a fiddly start, because we thought we'd worked it out perfectly, like all did our clever maths and that, and then it was about 30 mil out, because we hadn't allowed for the clips, so we had to, well, they had to take it off and do it again. But the second time we got it spot on, so that it all worked to the top of this door. We ended up with a full plank across the top of the doorways, and that worked out nice all the way through. But I'm real happy with the look of the cladding. Like, it's a bit hard to tell with all the scaffold and that in the way, but real good colour, and it looks real smart, I think, so happy with that. So this is upstairs. All the plasterboarding's finished. Steve and Andy are back on Monday, and they'll be able to start skimming in here and getting on with the rendering outside. It's just the 2 end walls to stick with dot and dab, but Steve and Andy like to do that. But yeah, really happy. Really good space up here. It's gonna look awesome when it's finished. I'm just having a little tidy up basically where we've had the scaffold around the rest of the house for so long. You know, it gets a bit overgrown and all the stuff that drops down falls on the floor. So where we've got rid of the scaffold, I've just gone around and tidied that up. And my next step really is the drainage. So I need to start digging trenches and connecting up all the pipe work. So everything from the toilets and the sinks has got to go into the septic tank. And also all the guttering, all the downpipes and things like that, that's got to go into underground pipe work, and that's going to go out to the soakaway at the bottom of the field. So I'm just having to tidy up before I start trenching for all of that stuff and connecting it all up. Levels on this one. This last one I've almost finished setting up. And this one is the vent pipe to let all the air and bad smells and all that out of the septic tank. So it hasn't got to be like an accurate gradient going up, as long as it's going up. So we're just gonna check what I've set up so far temporarily. That's top of the pipe, and we'll just put a tank there. Okay, so for that to come up a bit, that's going to be level. So I've been getting all the house drainage in this week. That's this stuff going that way, all the stuff going that way. Got the electric cables, they're under here because I need electric from the garage to the house. The water pipes are in this same trench, lower down. Yeah, and all the drainage really. This one's a vent pipe from the septic tank. So this one's a vent pipe that's going to go out and vent out behind the garage above the roof out of the way. This one we still got to connect a couple more points in later on. So there, we've got the drainage from the garage going in here. So what I'm doing now is just backfilling it all with this gravel to protect the pipes. And then I'm going to do the soak away drainage for the gutters and things like that. That's all going to go on top and in the same drain, the same trench, sorry, and all head out that way, out the front. So I'm just trying to get everything covered and level and in right, and then I'll start again with the soak away drainage on top. Yeah, this part of the trench, we've got these ones coming up. These are, what are these? I've written on them. One of them's going to the garage, and one of them is going to go electric to the gates at the front, and the other one is to the septic tank. So these three, I've had to bring these up. They're going to end up in like a chamber, so the electrician can cut this off, put his cables in, and join it all up nice and neat with these two coming out the house. Also, just there we've got the mains. That's going to be the mains electric cable. At the minute we've got a temporary builder supply at the top of the plot. So as part of this trench, I am going to put one of these all the way in up to the temporary supply, and then Western Power will come in, get rid of that temporary one, put a new cable all the way into the house and into the box. So I'm putting that in. At the same time as doing that, I've got to run a water pipe and electric cable up to the well at the back of the plot. So that's what I've been doing. Just trying to make sure I haven't forgotten anything, but I did actually forget BT, which I haven't even started to sort out yet, but that's okay because that's going to be trenching out away from the house. I don't need to worry about that. I can join into that later on. That's the other end of the trench I was talking about, and that is going to come right up through here, the electric at the back and the well over in the corner. And then we'll be starting to plan patio and grass and turf and all that kind of stuff. So it's good. It actually feels like it's heading the right way now. We're getting there. So this is the waste pipe from the toilets, showers, sinks. This is the one from this side of the house, and then we've got another one on the other side of the house. Basically, comes out the house there, and I always put one of these chambers as soon as it comes out the house, so that if you've ever got a problem, a blockage or anything like that, you can rod back into the house up to the toilet. And likewise, if there's something wrong in the house, you can rod it this way, and you can see in the chamber if it's clear or blocked. Same round here, like I've brought it down round a corner, and because I've come around a corner, I've put another one here, just so I can, if there's ever a problem there, it's easy to get to from either end. At the minute, I've leveled them all in, so at the minute I've just rested this one on a block, but I lasered them all in the other day where they are. But the reason I've left this one floating is because I'm going to put some concrete under it. So concrete under that one and that one. And also I'll put a bit of concrete under the join and another join there that I've actually buried at the minute. But that's why I've left them floating, because I like to put concrete under them. Because these ones are actually going to be built into the path that goes around the house. So, people are going to be walking on them and stuff. So don't want it to go anywhere. I've filled in up to this point for now. I'll put these rods in here because this is the one we've got to join into later. We've got a sink waste coming out there, and there is a toilet waste coming out over there. So basically they'll both come out at a later point, and they'll join into this pipe, straight into this one, into the septic tank. So I put these here so that once I've backfilled this for now, I can see where it is when I want to dig this trench out later on. Yeah, so that's that. You can see these ones are a bit sagaloo at the minute. That's because I will also concrete the corner there, laser it in to make sure this one is going up. The same down that end and the same in the middle. So before I bury it, it will all be concreted level and spot on. So I just grabbed an assortment of fittings that we might need. I'm going to try and get my head around the drainage for the soakways, for the guttering and things like that. So yeah, we'll do that. Guttering's up there. That's going to come straight down and into one of these back inlet gully. And that is going to be on the floor here, somewhere around there. And I just need to fit a bend and take it down that way, because it's going to end up right down in that bottom corner at the other end of the trench, going out to our soakaway in the field there. So I need that, I need a bend, I need some length of pipe, and get it going. I've got a free tape measure. CRS, that's the main supplier I've been using on this build. And all you've got to do is just spend thousands and thousands of pounds of them, and every now and then you get a free tape measure, so brilliant. Although saying that, I did just win a competition out of like all their branches. I don't know if it's the Southwest or the world or what it was, but I won a competition this Saturday. Me and 6 mates are going to Bath race course to watch horse racing, and the Wurzels are playing. Don't know who the Wurzels are, they're like the best band in the world ever, so it's going to be a brilliant night. Right, so I just need to cut a bit of pipe. Ooh. What? I need it 210mm long, and then this handy little tip, I'll just cut the end of a pipe off so it opens up, and then you can put it around there, make sure they're kind of lining up, and you can draw around it, and it just gives you a perfect line to draw your pipes. Sometimes, you know, I spend ages measuring around the pipe, you know, measuring there to there, there to there, there to there, which is fine. But this is a real quick little tip. It gives you a perfect line to follow. So yeah, I'm just connecting up, I'm just making a start with this basically. That's the back inlet gully. Basically water can go into there, it fills up, and it just comes up and out there. The idea is why it's lower there, it's a bit like a toilet, it's full of water, stop any smells coming back up through. So that bit's always full of water, and then it lets it out when it gets to a certain height. You can also have another pipe coming in, which is good. We're going to have another gutter up there. The downpipe's going to come down over here somewhere. So we want to get this inlet gully somewhere in this back corner, so he can bring his downpipe straight down into there. But then I've got to get that to come out past this pipe, this kind of drainage pipe. They can't go in the same one, soakaway and the waste. So I probably need to bring it down here and hopefully come under this pipe over here somewhere. That's more like it. That's more like what we're after. Still could do with coming down a bit lower this way, so that it go under there. Getting closer. So I'm happy with that. As sweaty as I am now, I'm happy it's worked quite well. And it's gone under there like a dream, like I wanted it to. All I'm gonna do is bring this other one, carry this one on down the side of this pipe, and then both of them are gonna join into another pipe coming this way that's picked up the gutters from that side of the house. It's all gonna go this way, follow a trench round there, down to the soakaway. I got all the drainage on that front side of the house, that's all sorted. The end of last week, I started pulling this trench out across the back garden. Got a shared trench here, and then it splits off into two. The one going that way is going to the well, which is where we're going to get our water supply for the house. So I needed to get a water pump, water pipe to the well, and that goes all the way round to the garage, which is where we're going to have all the water treatment cleaning plant bit. So I needed to get that and an electric cable to the well, to the garage, so that's sorted. This one here is the mains electric. When we started the job, we got a temporary building supply because there's no electric up here. So we had to get a temporary supply in the back of the garden there. And now in the next couple of weeks, hopefully, Western Power are going to come out and they're going to go from that temporary supply into this black conduit. And then we pull the cable through to the house, and that'll go straight into the electric box on the side of the house there. So I'm just trying to get that in place and that's sorted. Pulling this trench, I've ripped through this blue pipe, which, you know, normally if you're building an extension or on any other job, you'd panic about that. You'd be like, oh my God, I've ripped the water pipe. But this was just some crappy old hose pipe system that was set up to get water from the well to feed the horses that used to live in the stables. So I'm not too worried. It's all old pipe work that doesn't matter, like, you know, I'm putting in all the new good stuff. So yeah, these, when I first got the site, you know, this wall wasn't here, it's just open, empty site. So there's like a mains power pylon thing, is that what they're called, at the top of the field. That's where they connected to the electric, and I had to trench it in and bring it down to this site. So I trenched it. This is the duct for this temporary builder supply. So they're basically gonna, like, probably a bit safer than this, but basically just cut that one off and join a new one, a new cable on that end, and pull it through that new pipe that I'm bringing up this trench, and that'll go straight into the house. I think I put this one in, I've got it written down somewhere, but this was just a spare, I think, in case I needed to pull a second cable from the main back there, which I put in. And then when I did these footings, I just built in this pipe here so that I can feed, you know, in case I need to, like that water pipe, that spare water pipe I was bringing up, just in case I ever need it. You know, I've got access through this footing, I can just poke that through onto the next plot if I need it there or something. And that white cable is just a temporary cable that's going from this one up to the barn I got at the top. So I've got electric up there, that's all that is. Pulled this foot in yesterday or the day before, just to extend this wall on a bit to the end of the house there. And also I'll show you in a minute, I pulled the footing out in the back garden there for the garden wall. I wasn't going to concrete till next week until I get someone to give me a hand, but I phoned up for a price and the price wasn't too bad and they weren't very busy today, so I said yeah, go for it. So they're going to send a lorry out. It's a bit last minute, got a little bit of last minute prep to do, but should get it all done. Hopefully they'll be here in the next hour or so and we'll get that done. So I'm just quickly knocking up this pad, because this is where the air source heat pump's going to go, up against here. So I'm just going to get this pad concreted at the same time, peg it in so it doesn't move around, and then I've got to try and get it pretty much level, and then when the lorry's here should just be able to chuck some concrete straight in there. Easy peasy. What, how bad are we talking, like bent or?
We've got scratches in.
Yeah.
One of them's bent right at the end, so we can still use pretty much the majority of it, but
yeah,
we'll probably have to pick up 1 or 2 more lengths.
How bad are the scratches?
One of them is bad, yeah, you can't use it.
Oh really?
Big dent in it, yeah.
Ah, fuck's sake, they're not cheap either, them ones, are they? Pulled this foot in. This is basically just going to be like a little garden wall with some steps going up where the ground's different. This bottom half is just going to be lovely flat patio, and that top half is going to be raised up a little bit. It's all going to be grass and turf, so just nice patio, nice clean grass. So I'm just getting this footing in today. Just need to cut some more mesh down, I've just remembered, because I'm going to put some mesh through this footing just to give it a bit of extra strength because it's not very deep. Yeah, and that's it, just getting prepped for the concrete lorry really. Just going to set laser level up so I can get the height of that footing down that end and get this new one the same. This is said laser, self levels itself. So yeah, this is just a receiver. Cool, scared the shit out of me. This is a receiver. That red laser is just spinning around in a circle, like spot on level, and anywhere you go that'll pick it up. But it always works, right? You set it out and this clamps nice onto here, but it always works out that it lands on one of these knuckles and the clamp doesn't fit on it very well, and it's always a bit of a pain in the ass really. So we'll see how we get on. I could go and just adjust the tripod and it would be up or down from this knuckle, but we'll see how we get on. It's just the clamp. Sometimes the clamp comes loose and falls off right when you don't want it to. See how that stopped beeping? Because my fat head's in the way. See what this looks like down this end. Sweet. So yeah, that's the height we're going to pour to. I'll just mark it out on the trench roughly for now, so I know where to pour the concrete to initially, and then we go over it with the laser again, make sure it's hunky-dory. I'm going to put some mesh in these footings. It's only because it doesn't really need it. It's only because the footings are about 200 mil deep in the shallowest bit. It's on good ground, it's on solid rock, and it's a nice wide footing, and the wall's only going to be about this high, so it doesn't need to be a substantial footing. I'm just going to go overboard like I do on most things and just put some mesh in just for bounce. But the mesh, basically the concrete goes around the mesh, goes off hard, and that is just reinforced steel that is gone off solid in your concrete. Like that's, that's not going to go anywhere. So it's just an extra bit of strength I'm putting in there. Plasters are finished now. Everywhere is skimmed. I'm really happy with it. Like I say, Steve and Andy, they always do like an awesome job. And you think it's the messiest trade probably, plastering internally is the messiest trade. And they are the ones who leave it the tidiest. Like everywhere's spotless when they're done. And their plastering is spotless. Like look at that ceiling, look how big that ceiling is. And that looks perfect, doesn't it? So yeah, really happy, that's good. That's let everyone else on now, so that's let the decorators on upstairs. I have got the tilers in. I've never used them before. Always a bit nervous about people I haven't used before. I've looked at some of their work, seems okay. So I'm gonna let them do the bathrooms. We'll see how good that looks. And if they're spot on, which I'm sure they will be, then they've got to tile all of this floor. So we've got all the kitchen, all the hallway, well, everywhere downstairs is going to be tiled apart from the lounge, which will be carpet. So yeah, go and see how they're getting on.
Get up on your feet, this is a shakedown. Order up that beat just like it's takeout. Show me you got soul inside those new shoes.
Cal and Paul came and did the scaffolding yesterday, I think, which was really scary because I had to actually let someone use the new front door, which I don't like doing. I think they were fairly careful and they haven't broken anything yet, so happy with that. Didn't want to have to use proper scaffold, like, you know, what I was hoping to use a tower scaffold or something like that, but it was just proving too difficult. And then we'll have to drop the scaffold, and that's going to be real twitchy because everywhere's going to be plastered and painted, and they got to get all these scary metal poles out through the door without breaking the walls or breaking the doors or anything like that. So that should be fun. Actually got some paint on the walls now. Had Tony come in on, I think, Monday or last couple of days. He's been in and out trying to get coats on. He's pretty much miscoated all of upstairs, and he's got, I think he's got one more coat to do on the ceiling, and then that's finished. Then we can drop this scaffold. But one other thing I've got to do before we drop the scaffold is choose a chandelier and try and get it hung up on the ceiling there. Otherwise that's going to be a nightmare to try and do afterwards. And I think Jason's coming on Monday, so it only gives me the weekend to pick a chandelier and get it here and get it fitted. So it's one of my jobs, add that to the list. Jamie was back yesterday, starting to do all this stuff. I don't know what any of it is, but it looks pretty cool on the wall. We just had to be careful that we left enough room for Jace to fit all his electric-y stuff around, so I think they spoke yesterday and it's all sorted. So everything should work out. They shouldn't be getting in each other's way. They're trying to keep everything as tight as they can over here so that we can end up with a cupboard. Just trying to keep a bit of extra space for us. Been one of them days today. Jay was supposed to be back today to do a bit more, but what happened? A tank in his mate's roof burst or something, and he had to emergency go over there and fix that for the day. I think he's back tomorrow to carry on. The tilers nearly didn't turn up because his van broke down on the way home yesterday. And then Matt, the window fitter, he's supposed to be here today doing the Juliet balcony upstairs, but his van got broke into yesterday, I think. And some wankers nicked a load of his tools out, so I think he's had to go tool shopping this morning, sort his life out, and then hopefully he's coming over to push that on a bit later today. And I'm getting ready for concrete. Yeah, the lads got all the cladding done on the dormer yesterday. Really happy with that. Really happy with the colour choice on the cladding. I think it goes really well with the slate, the windows, fascia boards, the stonework, everything. It all ties it all together really nicely. So yeah, really happy with that. And we've got Matt today. He's fitting the toughened glass for the Juliet balcony on the master bedroom doors. Basically just a bit of glass across the front, so when the doors are open you can't fall out. So that's going on today. I'll hopefully help him lift that in place in a bit. Back in the other side of that wall because I've got a footing in there. Fracco high in the middle there. Fracco high there. first female concrete lorry driver I've ever had. And she was bloody good. So I found myself where you never want to be when you're concreting. Most of it was level. I ended up a bit low there, so now I've had to jump in, shovel some of that out because we've got plenty there, and just fill it in there. It's crap because you don't want to end up doing that because it's hard work. And now the sun's out and it's red hot and it's all getting a bit tacky, and now it's all a bit lumpy here. So I'm just trying to get it level back to here. The only important bit is that front and that way, which is all spot on level now because that's all garden wall. The walls are returning here, so I just need to get that bit right and that bit right, and ideally along the back, so it doesn't matter if there's a bit of a dip in the middle there where I'm pinching the concrete from, because there's still plenty of depth. All that is like 2 steps that are going to walk you up. So if there's a bit of a dip there, I can fill that in with some concrete later on, but I just want to try and get this footing level round. That's also the trouble with doing concreting on your own on a sunny afternoon, is if you end up with a bit of extra work to do, you've got to do it all. That's me now, footing's in, that's all gone. Didn't quite have enough to do that air source heat pump bit, but I can do that another day. And yeah, doing that on my own, I'm quite happy with how it's gone, so good day. So we've got an early start this morning. It's about 6:15, something like that. Just got to site, got a busy day today, and I got Fergie back. A bit last minute that he told me he's coming today and tomorrow, which is great. I just need him to turn up whenever he can. So I've just come in early to get some blocks loaded out, get everything in place, so me and him can have a good day on the block work, on the wall in the back garden. Try and get that banged out best we can, so that'll help push on everything else. The other day we poured the footing through the back here, and me and Fergie this morning have cracked on really well and got the wall built. That's the finished height now. You can see it's pretty much good with that ground level behind there. So that's going to be the top where the grass is, this is going to be the bottom where the patio is. And we're just going to figure out the steps here. Bit of a pain in the ass where I had to pinch some concrete out the middle there last week to finish the footing along there. We've now got a really nice water feature in the middle of the steps, which we're going to get the water out, sling some more concrete in there in a minute, and then we can crack on build the steps. I've got Fergie back tomorrow, so I'm hoping we'll do a bit more block work on the garden wall, and it's looking good. So yeah, we've had the tilers in the last few days. Nearly finished on this one, they just got the floor to do. We were a bit short on tiles. There was a bit of a dilemma, which I'll explain. But that's all sorted now. The tiles are coming and they should be back tomorrow, I think, to finish the floor. We're really happy with that, real happy with the tiles. I got the chandelier yesterday or Monday, I think. I can't remember. Got the chandelier. And one of the things I had to do was get the plate fitted to the ceiling to make sure we could get a good fixing, like a strong fixing that would hold the weight of the chandelier. I had to do that before Tony came to finish off and do the top coat of the ceiling. Just in case there's any problems, he could touch it in. Like there was, I had to chase a bit of a hole out, so he's had to fill that in. And now he can do top coat, finish the ceiling. Then Jace is coming, so he's gonna do that today. Jace is coming tomorrow, fit the chandelier, and then Saturday morning, scaffold's going down. So I had to get that done to make sure everything works. Matt was here the other day, fitting this Juliet balcony. That's all done. Worked out really nice. Voila. Needs a bit of a clean. Get that sticky stuff off, but really happy with that. Just nice and safe. No one can fall out, and doesn't get in the way of the view or anything like that. So really happy. The staircase is going in. Tommy is here. He's here yesterday. Looks like he's got the bulk of it in. So we're going to have a chat, see what he's doing in a minute. I'll show you that. I had the chippies back yesterday. They've been focusing on the garage. They've been upstairs, getting it all, finishing off all the insulation and all that, and now they started plasterboarding, so that's looking really good. What am I doing? I've been trying to tidy up a bit, make the place look a bit prettier, getting ready for slabs, patios, paths, trying to finish all the drainage. All the scaffold's gone, so you can see how pretty everything is starting to look. And it's good, feels like stuff is happening, so we're going to have a look. Yeah, last time we were with Ferg and we're getting this block work up. We've pretty much got all of it done. This is where the wall's going to finish. We've toothed it out here because this is going to be a bit of stonework. You know, like the same as the house. That'll be a nice stone corner there. and the same where we've left gaps through the blockwork, that's going to be toothed in with stonework as well, just so it looks a bit prettier from the road. You see the nice house with all the stonework and that, it's not just solid render, it's broken up with nice bits of stonework and render in between. Right, so this is Tommy Reed. He's put the stairs in. He's here yesterday. Looks like you got most of it in yesterday.
Yeah, we got on pretty well, to be fair. I think we turned up about lunchtime, 3 or 4 hours, we had the main flight in, and then back today and we'll get the landing built, and then try and get the handrails around here. And we're pretty much done then.
Sweet, yeah, and it's looking really good. Chandelier is in, and it's looking really good. Works really well with the stairs. I think we might have to raise it up a little bit, just so you're not like really close to it when you come out the top of the stairs, but other than that, really happy. You can see how it's going to work once we've got all the glass banisters and that in around here. It's going to look really smart. Everything's going to look real clean, shiny and good. So yeah, happy with that.
Yeah, so I think you originally wanted to come up in front of that window,
yeah,
and end up on that landing over there.
Yeah, that was my original plan, because that would have given
a
bigger opening.
Yeah, and you would have had a big opening here. Your chandelier probably would have been bang in the middle.
Yeah, that would have been perfect.
But then obviously you've got the issue with the window there. We wouldn't have been able to cut the staircase in front of the window.
Yeah.
And you also had a headroom issue on that back corner.
Yeah, that was right, because when it come up there, we've got to have like 2 metres.
2 metres, yeah.
But
clear 2 metres, and obviously there you've only got about 1,600 mil.
Yeah.
And then the other option was to start in the bottom here, turn and end up at this point.
Yeah.
But the problem you had with that was when you stood here, it was a bit in your face in a way.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
So we've come up with this design.
Yeah.
Which I think works quite well. It gives you quite a big landing area. But I think as you flow from the bedrooms, you'll naturally go to the stairs and walk down through.
I've still got this nice open feeling down there.
You have, yeah.
And all you've had to do is add an extra bit of landing in, incorporate it into the stairs.
I know one of your big things was you wanted a Christmas tree to fit here somewhere.
Yeah, that's it. Because we've still got that. We've still got still got the Christmas tree hole, haven't we?
And then obviously it's up to you whether you put a cupboard underneath the stairs or not.
Yeah.
I don't know if you will.
No, I haven't really thought about that yet. Just been starting to set out the paths yesterday, just getting some decent hardcore down. Put this Taram, it's called, this membrane stops any weeds and any plants and stuff like that start to grow up through. So put that down, and then a good 3 or 4 inches of type 1, all compacted, and that's a good base for the paths then. They're all going to be slabbed. It's going to be quite a large slabbed area coming out the front door. And then this path will shrink down a little bit as it goes around the building. But it's just nice, it feels like a nice part of the job to be getting what's been a muddy building site for almost a year. Nice to get the paths in because it feels clean and tidy, and all the trades won't have to walk through mud much longer, like to get in and out of the house site. It's a good phase to be at. So I've just compacted this sub base, which is like a bit of a dirty hardcore light, you know. So I've compacted that. I'm gonna put this Taram down now. This stops any weeds, anything like that growing up through from underneath. Put that down, and then we're going to put this decent hardcore on top all the way through there for the front. Scaffold's down finally on the garage, well, by that last bit, but it's good. You can see, like, all of a sudden the garage looks huge without the scaffold in the way, so it's really nice to see. You can see all the nice colours of the cladding, the fascia, the slate, the windows all tying in together nicely. I've got the downstairs door in. Still got to get the roller garage doors, but they'll be anthracite, the same as the windows and doors, and it'll all just look real smart. This is part of my path phase in a minute. I'm going to be putting the drainage in across the front of the doors and tidying up the front of the garage, get rid of all the weeds and the rubbish and start making it look good. So we've got Harry and Jake up here today, cracking on with plasterboarding. They got all the insulation done yesterday. Nice to see all that done. And it's nice to see some plasterboard going up, getting ready for plasterers next week, hopefully, potentially. So yeah, this bathroom, all the tiling is finished. Really happy with the tiling. Looks really smart. We've got plastic hanging up at the minute because Tony was painting, but really happy with those lads, John and Ben. I think I said I was a bit worried because I'd never used them before. Always a bit nervous if I don't know someone's work, but they pulled it off and they've done a really nice job, so happy with that. This bathroom's looking good. This is the bathtub hidden away in here. We just got this up last week before the stairs went in case it was a bit awkward trying to get around the stairs and that, so got that up. Yeah, all looking good. Can you see me? It's pretty dark. This one looks really good. Really happy with the tiles, how it all looks, really nice. Looking forward to getting some lights on in here so you can see it properly, like, you know. But yeah, again, another good job. And this is all ready now for Jamie. I think he's back at the end of this week. And next week, start putting all the bathroom furniture in and making it a bathroom. So it's good, looking forward to that.
Hi, I'm Tommy Reed. I'm from TR Joinery Limited. We specialise in making staircases, timber windows and timber doors. We try not to get involved too much with a site fitting, but when it comes to staircases, we sort of quite like to come and do it ourselves because we've made it. We know how it goes together and it makes things easier for everyone, really. We're based in Long Sutton, which is near Langport, only about 10 minutes down the road from here, so it's a nice local one today. There's 4 of us in the workshop, keeping quite busy at the minute. Yeah, it's going really well.
Matt was back this week. He's finished the finishing touches on the windows, so all the plastics are finished off, all siliconed in. He's done most of them, apart from some on the ground level. He's going to do them after the patio, so when all the dust is gone, he's going to finish them off nice and tidy. The floor tiler has been in. We'll show you the tiles in a minute. Really happy with how they're looking. They're looking good, and he's going to be finished tomorrow, which is good. The chippies are back today, hanging doors today. Plasterers are over in the garage, getting the upstairs all skimmed out. That's looking really nice. So Steve and Andy were here last week, and they managed to get the rendering done. Actually, that wall was already done, wasn't it? So they've done this wall and that wall last week. And just finished off like the little fiddly bits around the bottom, the plinth and things like that. They managed to get that all rendered in. Said Matt was back, didn't I? He's done the guttering and fascias on there. There's a few other places he's kind of tweaked and finished off. Lots of little small bits have been getting done, which is good, but no big juicy stuff. But next week, a couple of builders gonna do the patio for me, so they're gonna start around the back and hopefully get all this slabbed in the next couple of weeks. So it's all gonna come together quite quick in a minute. Today I am pulling a trench down through the back of the garage. This pipe here is a soakaway, so at the minute it's picking up the water from behind the wall. Behind the garden wall there's a soakaway come through there. It's got a land drain across like the middle of the patio area, so that's all coming into here, and all the outlets for the gutters and things like that. So all of that water is coming into this pipe, so I'm just going to extend that through down the back of the garage. There's 2 gutter outlets on the back of the garage for the roof, so they're going to come down into the same pipe. It's all going to go out and connect into the pipe that is going out to the soakaway at the bottom of the field. So that's me today, trying to get a trench down through there. I haven't been able to do it for a while because we've had scaffold around the garage, getting the cladding finished, and then I kind of wanted to wait until the plasterers had rendered the back wall here, so they did that last week, which means I can get this trench through. Once that's done, I can get tree surgeons in, because we're taking this tree out hopefully, and 2 other trees down through there are going. We're going to put a new bit of fence up behind the garage, and once that's done, we can then put a base in, because we've got to have a big water storage tank which is going behind the garage, so all the water gets pumped out of the well into that tank, cleaned into the house. So it all kind of links in together. It's just trying to get it all to happen. So now it's happening. It's good. The tiles are down. I'm not going in because I got muddy boots, and they are tied in. So they're just in the kitchen area at the minute. So they've laid them, but they're all a bit grubby where they've been laying them and walking on them and stuff. So they're cleaning that all down. And then they've got to seal the tiles just with a sealer basically. It stops any stains or anything being absorbed into the tile. So they seal that. And then tomorrow, they're hoping to grout and get the whole lot grouted, hopefully finished tomorrow. Yeah, so the other thing is the 2 upstairs bathrooms are pretty much finished. Jay's just got to come back and fit the toilets, literally, or just a panel on the toilet. Can't remember, I only went up there this morning, I can't remember. But he's nearly there. And also Jace has been back. He has put all the lights in. He's left them dangling while we paint the ceilings and things. He's got all the sockets and switches on upstairs. So I think next week we're all good for Tony, the decorator, to come back. He can pretty much paint and finish upstairs. Now there's nothing else holding him up. And then he's gonna make a start downstairs as well. So we're getting closer. It's good. That's where we're at the minute.